Alrighty, all you cool cats and kittens. I've started to look at some of the initial assignments rolling in, and we're struggling a little bit. I get it. So let's look at the flight plan. Date of departure. Well, that's on the trip information. Right here, it tells me the date. This is the date, not today's date, but this date. This is the date of the flight. Aircraft make and model. Again, we find that on the trip information. Here is the type of plane that we are using. The cruising airspeed. What is the average speed of this plane? And right in here, it is also in the trip information. For the flight plan, the departure airport. Again, departure airport is right here. And likewise, the destination airport is right here. In terms of alternate destination airports, that is where we Google map it. And in Google Maps, just like we did for the Chicago area airports, we put Detroit area airports. And as soon as we do that, we now have all of these other airports that we could start to type in as possible airports that we may, if we run into trouble or the airport there is closed, that we could land at. Some have cool names. Here's one in Canada, for heaven's sakes. I'm not sure you'd be able to land there, but there's many to choose from. Please find 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Checkpoints within Google Maps here. We can go ahead and measure distance. I think we can use this airport right here. I think we said directions. Oh. We want to go to DuPage Airport, West Chicago. So here they kind of are. I'm going to come up right over here, right click, measure distance. If I click my button, it starts to measure the distance. I can click and drag to change it to DuPage. If I wanted to zoom in, I could. But right there is the distance is 271 miles. What we're going to look for in our flight plan checkpoints are different things. We can turn terrain on. What are things that we can pass by and say, you know what? We probably will see them pretty well. Well, first thing you're probably going to see, you could always go and say, hey, we're going to probably hit St. Joe, Michigan. So we should probably see a town, a pretty big city. Then on our way here, what might be other things that we see? I have no idea what this is. But is there a city? Is there a road? Is it close to something? Because remember, the Kalamazoo up here is a pretty big place. Or Battle Creek. Ann Arbor, we all know what's there. At least you might know, I believe. Let's see, besides the Costco. Here it is, University of Michigan. So there might be some things that we see. So what might be 2 or 3 checkpoints that as we're traveling, we might see from the air? We don't have mountains or anything like that. I don't know if we have any big lakes. You could look, but nonetheless, just so you know, those are checkpoints. For the flight plan, the distance The distance is 271 miles. So you would put 271 in here. It's going to give you the nautical miles, 235. Your cruising speed is 140. So it's going to take 1.6 hours according to the way I have it. Put in my decimal point because we don't do decimal minutes. It's 41 minutes. So my departure time, I'm supposed to leave at 0700 hours, which is 7 a.m. And then to that, I got to add 1 hour, 41 minutes. So that is just for you to know. I'd probably get there at 8:41. These are tips to help you walk through this activity. All right, let's get her done.